Alright, you lot. Start time again. Free games, no strings attached. Well, except for ones corporate overlords don't tell you about. Epic Games, Prime Gaming, and Game Pass are throwing some digital goodies your way, and I'm here to break it all down. What's worth your time? What's just filler? And most importantly, what's catch? But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that bollocks. It helps the channel grow. Right, let's see what's up for grabs. Alright, first up on Epic Games, we got Mages of Mystralia. Now don't let cute art style fool you. This ain't just another cutesy indie platformer. This one's got some proper depth. You're a young mage in exile, because apparently casting magic is a big no-no in this world. But instead of sulking in a cave somewhere, you decide to take matters into your own hands, learning magic and literally crafting your own spells. That's right, this game lets you create custom spells. Want to fling fireballs that bounce off walls? Go for it. Need lightning bolt that change between enemies? That's on you to figure out. It's got that mix of Zelda-style adventure with a bit of brain power thrown in. Spellcrafting system ain't just a gimmick either. It actually forces you to think about how you approach puzzles and combat. Plus, world itself, pretty damn charming. Is it a must-play? You like action-adventure games with a bit of RPG and puzzle solving? Absolutely. But if you're type who just wants to run in, mash buttons and watch things explode, maybe not. Either way, it's free, so you might as well grab it. Alright, now we're talking. Prime Gaming's handing out Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. And if you've never played this, you're in for a treat. You step into Trenchcoater Adam Jensen, an ex-SWAT officer who didn't ask for this. But, well, here he is, thrown into a world of corporate espionage, transhumanism, and cyberpunk conspiracies. It's a game where every choice actually matters, not just in story, but in how you play. Want to be a ghost? Sneak past enemies and hacking into security systems like a cybernetic ninja? Go for it. Prefer to go in guns blazing with explosive rounds and orgs that turn you into a walking tank? That's an option too. Hell, you can even smooth talk your way out of situations if you upgrade your social arguments. Now this Director's Cut edition fixes one of the biggest complaints about original, boss fights. If you remember base game, they forced you into combat even if you were playing stealth. Not anymore. They actually let you use hacking or sneak your way through them, which makes a huge difference. Atmosphere, music, sheer vibe of this game, it's proper cyberpunk done right. If you missed it first time round, don't make the same mistake twice. Free on Prime Gaming, so go grab it. Right, shifting gears a bit, Reverie. Now this one's a puzzle adventure game with a bit of a bizarre twist. You play as a kid stuck in a warped version of his own house, trying to piece together what's going on. Think Alice in Wonderland with more existential dread and more creatures lurking about. Game leans heavily into environmental storytelling, meaning you're not just spoon-fed answers. You gotta explore, poke around, and figure things out. Got a cosy yet unnerving pixel art style that gives you that wholesome but summits off kind of vibe. Puzzles are a big focus, and thankfully, they're not bang your head against wall kind. More about paying attention to your surroundings and using logic. If you played games like Oxenfree or Little Nightmares but wish for less horror and more mystery, this one's for you. Now, does it have mass appeal? Probably not. If you're into high-octane action, this won't be your cup of tea. But if you like narrative-driven experiences with sided puzzles and slightly eerie atmosphere, it's worth checking out. Especially since Prime Gaming's handing it out for free. Right, now for something completely different. Sine Mora X. This one's a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, but with a bit of a twist. Instead of just dodging bullets and spamming fire, real enemy here is time. You don't have a health bar, your survival depends on keeping clock from running out. Every hit you take costs time, and every enemy you kill gives you more. So it's not just about dodging and shooting, it's about efficiency. Kill fast, don't get hit, and keep that timer ticking. Visually, it's bloody gorgeous. Crisp, detailed environments with a mix of diesel punk and sci-fi aesthetics. Plus soundtrack is composed by Akira Yamaoka. Yeah, that Yamaoka. Guy behind eerie music of Silent Hill. So you know audio slaps. Now here's catch. If you're not into bullet hell shooters, this one might frustrate hell out of you. It gets chaotic fast, and late levels will have you weaving through bullet patterns that look more like abstract art than something survivable. But if you love genre or just want something challenging, it's a solid grab. It's free on Prime Gaming, so you might as well add it to your collection. Next up on Prime Gaming is Redemption Reapers, a tactical RPG that leans heavily into dark fantasy. Think Fire Emblem, but with a bleak, everything's doomed kind of atmosphere. You play as Ash and Hawkbridge, a ragtag group of mercenaries trying to push back against Mort, terrifying undead-like army that's basically steamrolling civilization. There's no heroic chosen one, no grand prophecy, just desperate fight for survival. Gameplay-wise, it's a grid-based combat, meaning you gotta be smart with your positioning, flanking enemies, making sure you're not walking straight into an ambush. It's punishing but rewarding. One wrong move can cost you a unit, but master mechanics, and you'll start pulling off tactical plays that make you feel like a bloody genius. Now here's where opinions get spicy. Some players love hardcore, grim strategy vibes, while others think game lacks polish and variety compared to bigger titles in genre. If you're expecting an XCOM level experience, you might be a bit disappointed. But if you enjoy dark fantasy storytelling and turn-based combat, it's definitely worth grabbing, especially when it's free. And now for something a bit different, yes, Your Grace. This one's a kingdom management RPG, which basically means you're one stuck making all tough decisions while everyone else complains. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You play as medieval king trying to keep his kingdom from collapsing under weight of war, politics, and needy peasants who show up at your throne room every day asking for handouts. You have to decide who gets gold, which problems are worth solving, whether that suspicious-looking noble is actually offering an alliance or just setting you up for disaster. It's less about number crunching and more about narrative choices. You won't be buried under spreadsheets, but your decisions will shape kingdom's fate. Do you focus on strengthening your army, building alliances, hoarding resources in case things go south? Every choice has consequences, and there's no perfect playthrough, just different flavours of regret. If you enjoy games like Reigns or Frostpunk, you'll probably love this. But if you're expecting deep RTS mechanics or turn-based combat, this ain't that kind of game. That said, it's free on Prime Gaming, so if ruling with an iron fist, or compassionate heart I guess, sounds like your thing, add it to your collection. Alright, let's talk Watchdog Legion. Latest entry in Ubisoft's Saka does parkour and dystopian city simulator. And guess what? It's on Game Pass, so you can try it without having to hand over actual money to Ubisoft. That big gimmick here is that you can recruit and play as literally any NPC. Granny with a shotgun? Done. Ex-cop who hits like a truck? Yours. Random dude who gets blackout drunk in the middle of a mission? Weird flex, but go for it. It's a cool idea, but in execution, it's a bit hit or miss. Problem? While you can play as anyone, nobody really has much personality. They're just blank slates with different voice filters and stats, which means game's story struggles to be engaging when your protagonist is basically a random Londoner with borrowed AI voice. Gameplay itself? Classic Ubisoft. Open world, repetitive side missions, stealth that sometimes works, and a whole lot of map markers. If you loved Watch Dogs 2, you might enjoy this. If you hated Watch Dogs 2, well, this won't change your mind. Ultimate Edition is included on PC Game Pass, but console players just get standard version. Either way, if you fancy hacking your way through a dystopian London without actually paying for it, now's your chance. Alright, let's talk Balatro, a game that just dropped into Game Pass, and let me tell you, it's an absolute sleeper hit. Imagine if Slate Spire and Poker had a baby, but that baby were raised by an absolute degenerate who min-maxes everything for highest possible score. That's Balatro. It's a roguelike deck builder, but instead of standard card battles, you're building poker hands and stacking wild bonuses. You start with basic decker playing cards, and your goal is to make poker hands. But here's a twist. Jokers add game-changing abilities, letting you break rules in ridiculous ways. Some boost your score, others let you re-roll hands, and some turn game into complete chaos. Deeper you go, more busted your build becomes. Want a deck that turns pairs into nuclear bombs? Done. Want royal flushes to multiply your score into billions? That's the thing. Entire game is about finding disgusting overpowered combos and running with them. Now don't let simple pixel art fool you. This game has depth. Strategy is endless. Runs are quick. And every round makes you feel like you're breaking game in the best way possible. It's got that just one more run addiction factor that'll have you playing for hours before realising you were supposed to go to bed 3 hours ago. If you love roguelikes, deck builders, or just want to pretend you're a Vegas mastermind without losing actual money, Balatro is a must play. And since it's on Game Pass, you got zero excuses not to try it. And for PlayStation crowd, well, there's none this week. You lot get tumbleweeds. And that's your roundup of free games this week. Some solid picks, few hidden gems, and of course, usual Ubisoft nonsense. Now, before you vanish like a dev after launch day, if you found this useful, entertaining, or mildly tolerable, do me a favour, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and leave your comments below. What are you grabbing? What's getting ignored? And what game should actually be free instead of whatever Ubisoft's peddling? Let me know. I might just feature your comment in a future video. If you want even more gaming talk, debates, and probably some ranting, come join Discord. Links in description. You can also follow me on X, Twitter, whatever it's called now, for extra options, bad takes, and occasional memes. And if you're feeling generous, consider joining the channel as a member. You get exclusive perks, custom emotes, and satisfaction in knowing you're supporting quality gaming content. That's it for this one. Cheers for watching. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.